Hey everybody, Joe Muck here with J Muck Realty at Keller Williams Advantage here in Novi, and wanted to talk to my folks in South Lyon. I'm going to hit all of everybody that exists when they come to home ownership, residential, so not including condominiums, and I'm not including new construction to the best of my ability. Basically did a search for built in 2017 or earlier. So of course, if your home was built in 2018 and you're in it, it's not new construction, unfortunately. I did not completely include that statistic. So let's start with homes that are priced under $400,000. And you might be surprised that every home existing from 0 to $400,000, median sales price right now, July 30th, 2019, median sales price, $320,000. That's amazing, because if this report existed 6 years ago, or if I did this video 6 years ago, we'd be in the mid $100,000 to maybe $200,000 range. Huge increase. And again, that's pulling all sales from 0 to $400,000. The median sales price is $320,000. But what's really, really important here is that I can look at this report that I've printed out, and the report shows that there's a total number of sales that they're comparing, a little bit less than a year ago. And even more importantly, what we're seeing is the median list price is just a little bit lower, while the median sales price is a little bit higher. If you've watched one of the other blog posts that I've put out there, you've seen that I've really talked about proper pricing coming in at or maybe just below market price and how that affects and impacts sales. We're seeing it right here. Average days on market, 13. Comparable sales listings, days on market, 19. And so that is significantly lower than over the last year. Just 4 to 6 months ago, comparable sales days on market, 20, and the listings day on market, 32. So, we're almost half that number with 13 and 19 in that 0 to 400,000 range. Now let's go into that $400,000 to $600,000 range. It's really something that we see quite a bit of here in South Lyon. And what we see here is that our total number of comparable sales is 38 right now. And that's just a little bit higher than 4 to 6 months ago, and also a little bit lower than a year ago where we were at 52. Total number of active listings that we're really comparing is 125, and that is higher than we've seen throughout the entire last year. So what do we see with that? A list price average $465, but a sales price average of $445. That number is actually lower. So it's interesting that we see a slightly lower number on the sales price, yet a higher number on the list price. Folks, if you're in this price point, follow suit with what the 0 to $400,000 price point is. Start listing a little bit lower. Believe it or not, you will actually probably sell a little bit higher. I'm not asking you to undervalue your home. If your home should be listed at $500,000, don't list it for $450. That's not a good strategy. If your home should be listed for $500, list it for $500. If your neighbor's home sold for $510, consider yours at $500. If your neighbor's home sold for $405, consider yours for $4 to $405. You're not always trying to be the new record in the subdivision. It might work. It very well might work. You might set some records. It might not. And our evidence is right here showing that it's not always working. We're seeing an average sales days on market at 14, so that's a pretty good number. Total for our listings days on market is 29, also a really good number. That is lower. So we're seeing deals happen, but they're happening for less money than they happened over the last 4 to 12 months. So let's try and bring that up. Let's price appropriately when we get to market. And now for those $600,000 and up. I'm not going to start distinguishing if you're at 700 or 1.3 million. And yes, there are plenty of 1.3 million homes here in South Lyon, but not as many obviously as what we see in the other price points. Total number of comparable active listings is 54. Total number of comparable sales is 5. So it's definitely a smaller number. But we do see once we get above 600,000, an average sales price at 650 and an average list price at 679,999. So 678, 680, I should say. And we're also seeing that this price point, although the days on market is higher than any of the other price points, it's actually significantly lower than it's been in the last 3 months. So from May till the end of July here, we're seeing listings days on market is 50, and for the actual sales days on market, it's 15. Versus in previous months we've had 104 and 80. So the last 4 to 6 months, we had 104 days on market, and then previous 7 to 12 months was 80 days on market. We're down to 50. So that means, again, this price point to me, if you're in it, you're probably pricing a little bit more accordingly and more appropriately, because we are still in a drastic seller's market. There is still not enough inventory, but if you are not priced appropriately, buyers are not buying your home. If you have any questions about what the heck I'm actually talking about, I'm happy to talk to you. Hitting all the price points here in South Lyon. Go ahead and drop me a text or a phone call at 313-283-4740. Reach out to me, joe@muckmovesy.com, or shoot me a little private message, DM, right here on Facebook or Instagram. Happy to help out any way I can. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry that I took a little over 6 minutes of your time. I hope that you found this information useful. Please let me know what questions you might have, or if there's something that you want me to discuss about your market sometime soon. Thanks, everybody.